Hi everyone, Gianni Di Poce here with you for TheoTrade, and today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Before I get into the chart surfing with all of you today, I do want to wish all of our veterans a very happy Veterans Day, and thank you for all the sacrifices that you've offered our great country over the years. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in stocks today. You see the S&P 500 up, kind of a quiet day overall, but we are near the highs of the day. A little bit of selling here coming into the tape as we go into the final half hour of the day. You're not really seeing leadership come in from the Nasdaq, which is something that I am watching. After a strong start to the week yesterday, we've seen this theme kind of play out over the last few weeks where semiconductors and technology will start the week off on a really strong note and then kind of drift into the middle of the week, followed by a strong close on Friday. So chips are leading the sell-off in tech lower today, something I'm going to be keeping a watch on. I have lightened up my exposure to the semiconductor sector in general, just because I'm starting to see some better setups elsewhere in the market. So this means that the path forward for stocks is not going to be as smooth sailing to the upside. That being said, you do have the Dow on the verge of closing at its highest daily level in history. And so we could be in a situation where the Dow is leading to the upside in a breakout. That's not usually my preferred observation to make in this market. So, with the Dow leading, I'm going to be watching this a little bit closely. Now, I do have some bright eyes here for the Russell 2000. I think the Russell 2000 combined with financials and biotech, some sectors that we've been watching closely, could be primed for a very strong finish to the year and, more importantly, a strong 2026. So healthcare has actually made its way to become a pretty significant portion of my portfolio, where the stocks that have been holding up the best over the last few weeks here with some of the volatility in the equity market have been coming from healthcare. And a lot of it is due to biotech seeing a very strong day, up over 3%, as technology does not so much. And you actually have to go back, back when I got into the business in the early 2010s. I remember vividly, it was all about biotech. Yeah, tech was doing pretty good. In fact, back then, I don't even think that Apple and Amazon were even profitable, but it was all about biotech. And I think that we're going into that world once again. So that's what I'm seeing on the equity side of things. We did book some profits recently in the Trinity trade chat room yesterday, actually, in Micron. Hit our final target of 250, booked some very solid gains. We were long from back here at the beginning of September, right around 130. So we scaled out of this. Very strong trade on that. And now we're looking for opportunities elsewhere in this market. So you do have NVIDIA earnings coming up next week. That's something that we're going to have to be watching closely, see if that can kind of bring the semiconductor sector back to life. But within the Mag 7, I'm still a big fan of Apple, Tesla, and Amazon. So you see Apple here about to close at a record high today. Amazon still chopping around in this flagging formation after the impressive breakout a couple of weeks back. And of course, Tesla is still chopping around here. Good start to the week yesterday, still range bound, but this is a setup that definitely bears watching very closely. Take a look at precious metals here today. Kind of flat. We had a really strong start to the week after reports circulated on Sunday that the government was about to be reopened. Still not any confirmation on that just yet, but what it does mean is that a flush of liquidity is going to come back into the market, and that's going to be good for precious metals, going to be good for other risk assets like cryptocurrencies, even though they're down today. Good start to the week. You did fill that gap both in Bitcoin and Ethereum from yesterday. You are near the lows. Pretty light in crypto right now. It's the least amount of crypto I've had on the books in months as it tries to hammer out a bottom here. We are waiting for that final signal that a bottom is complete, and I do think it is coming sooner rather than later. Take a look at bonds. I am and remain a bull in bonds, and we are climbing higher here. Both the 30-year and the 10-year treasury are up. You see crude oil up as well, which is highly unusual. You don't see that very often. Bonds and energy prices moving in the same direction. But I think a lot of it has to do with kind of the chop that we're seeing in the dollar. The dollar yen hit a new high today. The euro hit actually rebounded today and closed up nicely. So that's what I'm looking at in this market right now. And if you didn't get a chance today, I was live with Don as we talked about the signal before the story. And I revealed my new Trinity terminal technology, which I think that you will want to see. So you can give us a call at 623-244-5657 if you'd like to learn more. Again, that's 623-244-5657 to learn more about this Trinity terminal technology, but it's bringing the market's best stocks right onto your screen. It's an amazing technology that we developed here at TheoTrade over the last couple of months, and we were able to reveal that today. So we're going to have the link in this video. I think you should really check it out. And thanks again, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. Talk to you soon.